Guys, it's Sav here. Do you know what? This is an exciting time for all of us because right now in Orlando, Florida, Star Wars Celebration 2017 is happening, and just a few minutes ago, the Battlefront 2 trailer went live worldwide. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. It looks incredible. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! It looks great, it looks so good! Now, one of the first things we got to talk about, guys, is that campaign mode. Now, in Battlefront 1, we didn't really have a campaign mode at all. It was all multiplayer based. In Battlefront 2, a big part of it is the solo aspect of the game, okay? Now, during that incredible trailer where there was footage of explosions and space and riding Tauntauns, we'll get onto that. We'll get onto that shortly. One of the most amazing things was we saw our protagonist, or our antagonist for that matter. We saw the Imperial Forces commander, okay? She's part of the Inferno squad, and she is the main character in the solo game. We saw the Death Star to explode in the sky, and on Endor were those Imperial Special Forces soldiers led by Iden Versio. That's her name, that's the lead character's name in the game, and she's a member of the Inferno squad. Now, what I really love is that we're looking at the whole game from a bad guy villain perspective. Obviously, the entire Star Wars saga is based on the light side and the dark side. What I love is we're finding so much about the dark side of the Force and what happens to all the villains and all the stormtroopers and Imperial forces when the Rebellion win. That's one of the really exciting parts of this. I think, you know, you look back at Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens, which came out at the end in December 2015, there was 30 years in that gap, a big 30 years of story arc, of story canon that hasn't really been explained. We don't really know. We pick up from where it left off, kind of with Rey and Skywalker, kind of somewhere in Ireland. We find that Rey suddenly takes over. But that 30-year gap is completely kind of, we don't really know what's going on in there. It's a mystery to everyone. And what's really great is we're finding out now what's happened in that 30-year period, directly after Return of the Jedi. And what's really interesting as well, in the panel at Star Wars Celebration, they also shared that this was a direct story canon. Lucasfilm have been on board. They have given this the green light. They've greenlit this to say it is officially part of the Star Wars canon. It is gospel. It is Bible. This is a Star Wars story. That's really interesting, the direction they've taken there, because obviously what they're doing is they're trying to give you a perspective, like what would have happened to the Imperial soldiers once the Rebellion had won. Obviously, the entire time the Imperial forces are fighting for the likes of Darth Vader and the Emperor. They think that's the cause they should be fighting for. They think the rebels are the bad guys. So suddenly they see the Death Star explode above them in the sky. They're thinking, what do we do now? We're completely lost. What do we do next? The rebels have won for now. Obviously, we see in the end of Return of the Jedi, you know, the Emperor's gone, Darth Vader's brought onto Luke's ship, and they kind of go off, land on Endor, and he kind of gives him a kind of a cremation funeral jobby. And we see the likes of the rebels and all the kind of Ewoks going absolutely berserk at how happy they are. That's a really nice story to say what happens to those who haven't won, those who actually lost, and what do they do in retaliation after the rebels have won. I love that. I think that's a really exciting and really interesting way of going with this. Look at Battlefield 1, we had the likes of Luke Skywalker, we had Han Solo, Leia, we had all the prequel heroes with villains like Darth Vader, and we had the Emperor and Boba Fett as well. But what's really cool is we're getting a chance to see the heroes of the villain side, the dark side of the Force, which hasn't really been told at all. So many stories, particularly Star Wars, are all about the Jedi and coming to be stronger, the good reigning over evil, that old school tale. It's really interesting. It takes the heroes of the villain's perspective. What was really important as well during the whole of the Star Wars Celebration conference about Battlefront 2 is they were talking a lot about listening to the fans, how what the fans wanted was most important to them. Obviously, in the first game in Battlefront, we had some DLC, like we had the likes of Tatooine, we were going to the Death Star, lots of elements of the older prequel series, but what the fans really wanted was something completely different, a different story arc, something that's going to keep them on their toes, something they're not expecting, but still within the realms of the Star Wars universe, and that's exactly what they've delivered. Things that we saw that were iconic in the trailer excited me greatly. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm really, really excited. We saw Yoda, who obviously we've all been desperate to play with for ages. We're going to get a chance to play as Yoda. There was Daisy Ridley's Rey in there as well, which is awesome. We get to play with a brand new hero of the new sequel saga. We also saw Tauntauns, that's right, Tauntauns. You can ride Tauntauns. We saw Luke's land speeder from A New Hope and the pièce de résistance. Oh my goodness, we saw it in the teaser. Darth Maul, baby. Darth Maul is going to be a playable character in this new Battlefront 2 game. I'm so excited. Darth Maul is the only reason the Phantom Menace was even remotely decent as far as I'm concerned. My favourite character across the entire series. He's a mystery. I love him. He is a badass. And that's what I'm excited to do, is get my hands on Darth Maul and just take it to the man across the plains of God knows what planet. Imagine what you could do with a double lightsaber. It's going to be incredible. I mean, just imagine just slaying your way through a 40-man battle royale. It's going to be a thing of beauty. A thing of beauty. Getting a chance as well to play as Kylo Ren and Skywalker in the actual game itself, in the solo campaign, I think it's really, really exciting. Obviously, we don't know much about Kylo Ren just yet. He's only been in one movie. We know that he's got a few issues going on, kind of drawn between the good side and the dark side. You know, spoiler alert, obviously being Harrison Ford, Han Solo's son, and Leia's son as well. It's going to be an interesting character to see evolve in Battlefront 2. Obviously, we know Skywalker, he's older, and in the trailer we saw him as a younger guy, so that's that period, that 30-year window we're talking about between the Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. Skywalker is still a relatively young guy. We see Iden squaring up to him with a gun pointing at his back, and you can see he's still a young guy, so this is very much directly after the Return of the Jedi. Now, one of the things that was really huge, of course, on the agenda as well, which we all really want to play Battlefront for, was the multiplayer, the MP. That's what it's really all about. One of the things we saw from the panel at Star Wars Celebration was the fact that these classes are going to be introduced into the multiplayer. Alright, so you're looking at snipers or stealth or assault characters, and all these characters are also going to be given a level of unlockable and earnable perks, traits, to actually upgrade them to make them bigger, faster, stronger as well. So you think about getting the likes of the Emperor with his electro attack upgraded as well. This is gonna be unstoppable, and these are real things that you can really invest in. I've no doubt in my mind there's gonna be some kind of, you know, in-game currency to actually buy characters, skins, kind of like with the classic COD points or FIFA Ultimate Team points. These kind of things that are going to be used to actually work to get you those upgrades. Of course, it makes perfect sense. It's used across loads of different games in loads of different genres now, but that is something that's going to be introduced. It will certainly define you differently from other people online. There's a lot more variety to it, and you can actually create your own character and how you're going to play the game, which I think is a really nice way of doing it. It's all about choice. It's all about variety, and that's what I think is really going to make Battlefront 2 a phenomenal game, is giving players the chance to be really individual when they're playing it. One of those stills that we saw as well was Camino from Attack of the Clones. Now, Camino was obviously where the clones were being built. That's going to be one of the major locations that we can actually play on. Thunder and lightning. We saw it in the movie Attack of the Clones Episode 2. It was torrential rain and thunder. That's going to look incredible. They get it right. They get it spot on. From what the stills look like, it looks phenomenal. It really does. I thought Battlefront 1 had some really great set pieces, particularly the Death Star DLC. I thought it was really cool for that kind of cutscene, quick time kind of element, which kind of drove you through the narrative. I thought it was really, really cool. But now we're going to have even bigger, more epic space battles. It's also been hinted that the different vehicles you can unlock, you can actually upgrade as well. So as well as the heroes, you can upgrade the way that you fight in the skies. That's going to be epic. Now, we also, at the end of the press conference as well, got the official worldwide release date of this game as well. Battlefront 2 is officially coming out. I'm playing the drums, that's trumpet. It comes out November 17th, 2017, so we're looking just about a month or so before The Last Jedi Episode 8 comes out. So that is going to be perfect timing to get us really hyped up just in time for the movie to come out. So Battlefront 2, November 17th, 2017. I cannot wait. I'd love to hear what you guys think of the trailer, what you thought of the Battlefront 2 sneak peek. Let me know what you think of the campaign mode, the multiplayer options as well. If you liked this video, make sure to smash that button. You know what to do, just smash that puppy, alright? And make sure as well to subscribe. Loads more Battlefront updates Battlefront 2 videos, and Battlefront streams as well. We love that game. It's 2 years old, but it's damn good. Stay savage, and may the force be with you guys. Catch you soon.